Some people might thought that not talking when others speaking, letting others know that we are listening through facial expression, nodding, and being able to repeat what others have said are the good things that good listeners do in conversation. For example, like hold ourselves to not saying even a word while in conversation. Try to focus with a serious expression. Laugh when the speaker laughs, nodding to indicate that we follow the conversation, and sometimes we make the sound. Back then, I have the same thought. I did all the things that I've mentioned before while I have a conversation with people surround me. I also thought that I was a good listener. Ladies and gentlemen, a long time ago, as a listener, I thought that those behaviors are the best things to do while in conversation. On the other hand, as a speaker, I didn't really like those behaviors because sometimes I could see the expression they've made are fake. They are trying to focus, not the real focus. When I was in high school, my friends always shared their stories to me. I did my best, as a listener and also as a friend. I gave them questions that related to the story so that they would feel that I am following their story, and sometimes I gave them advices if they seemed that they needed advices. As a human, I have stories too. I shared my stories to them, but some of them didn't give me the same feedback. Some of them pretend to be a good listener. Some of them are indeed a good listener, while the others distracted easily, so I didn't even tell them my story yet. Then I started to question myself. What did I do so that I achieved those kind of feedback? Did I give them the same behaviors while they are talking to me? I believe this phrase is true. As you sow, so shall you reap. This phrase means if you did good things in the past, then you will get good results in the future. If you did bad things in the past, then you will get bad results in the future. That's why I started to question myself. Then I realized that people have different personality. Some of them might be a great listeners while the others don't. So, ladies and gentlemen, what actually do great listeners do while having a conversations with others? According to Harvard Business Review, these are behaviors that great listeners do while having conversation with others. After analyzing 3,492 participants. First, good listeners periodically ask good questions that promote discovery and insight. By asking a good questions, the speaker will know that the listener not only heard what the speaker said, but also comprehended it well enough to want additional information. Good listening was consistently seen as a two-way dialogue, rather than one-way interaction or speaker versus hearer. Second, good listening was seen as a cooperative conversation. In these conversations, feedback flowed smoothly and neither the speaker nor the listener becoming defensive about comments the other made. Good listeners may challenge assumptions and disagree, but the person being listened to feel better and they feel like they are helped by the others, not wanting to win the argument. Third, good listeners tend to make suggestions. Good listeners give feedback that others would accept and open an alternative path to consider. Harvard Business Review also said that there's a possibility that we are more likely to accept suggestions from someone that we've already considered as a great listeners. When I have conversation with someone who is a good listener, I feel like the burdens on my shoulder are gone. My mind becomes clearer than before and my heart feels at ease. Many of us thought that being a sponge that absorbs what others are saying is same as being a good listener. Actually, being a good listener is the same as being a trampoline that can bounce ideas off and amplify, energize, and clarify your thinking. They make you feel better, not merely passively absorbing, but by actively supporting. This will let the speaker gain energy and height, just like someone jumping in trampoline. Ladies and gentlemen, having a good listening as a skill is important because it brings you a lot of benefits. You can maintain a good relationship with other people since people like to be listened, just like what Ken Hubbard, an American cartoonist, humorist, and also journalist said. The only way to entertain folks is to listen to them. Imagine that you ignore your lecturer while you're having class. You'll have no ideas what the lecturer have said before. Imagine you didn't truly listen to your boss. What do you think will happen next? Nothing good will happen, I bet. In conclusion, stay silent while others are talking. Note, repeat what others have said are not the great listeners do in conversation. Good listeners act like a trampoline. They periodically ask questions, and they don't try to win an argument when they disagree with the speaker. And they also give suggestions to the speaker. Being a good listener will benefit your relationship with people surround you. Being a good listener will widen your perspective. You will know what others people thinking about something, so you won't judge something so easily. Being a good listener won't hurt you. Let's be a better person by listening to others as a good listeners. Thank you.